Hello Bladers, I hope this video finds you well today. We're going to be checking out two very special releases from the one and only BenchBlade. BenchBlade makes reproductions of various Beyblades from across the entire history of the franchise, from amazing anime reproductions of favourites such as Black Dranza and Apollon, never released bays such as the Cyber series and Unicoleon, as well as Metal X Ratchets, Bits, and unique cross-generation X bays such as Galleon. There's a ton of amazing stuff here, but today I wanted to take it to a different era of Beyblade, Heavy Metal System. I've got 3 of the originals already, being Gaia Dragoon MS, Draciel MS, and Driger MS. But today we're going to be checking out 2 of the final releases in the HMS series, the Shining God MS and the Bloody Devil MS. First thing that must be said is these boxes are absolutely beautiful. The design is super clean, highlighting the product so well, and even has statistics on the back here. This reminds me of a lot of the original Beyblade releases, even up to this day with the X products. There's no doubt that BenchBlade has really outdone themselves here, and you could easily imagine these on the store shelves, along with all of the other releases including the Dragoon, the Dranza, and the recently released MF series too. But moving on, let's kick it off with the first of the 2 releases, the Bloody Devil MS. So the first thing you can see here is that classic cassette design inside that is synonymous with the HMS. It's absolutely replicated here to a T, and all the parts here on the cassette ready to go. We've also got a faithfully made set of stickers, as well as the unique customized weight disc, which was a unique part of the original, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail later. Everything about this release just screams premium to me. We'll start off by getting everything out of the packaging, which again is absolutely top quality stuff. So we have really accurate replicas, not just of the parts, but also the stickers as well. So as you can see here, absolute accuracy with the parts there on the stickers. I'm looking forward to getting these on. But first of all, let's get this cassette open, let's get these parts out, and we will start getting it decorated. So we'll just start off with the parts. So as we get them out here, we'll put them aside, and we'll start off with the unique shooter change core alpha, which has 2 modes depending on which spin direction the bay is going in. Also, we've got the bit protector and the lock to keep the bay together. We've also got that spinning piece which goes on the saucer, devil saucer. We've got the weight disc there as well. Both of these combine and you'll have a spinning piece there, and we have the Devil Crusher attack ring, which in right spin is used for upper attacks and left spin offers a nice smash attack. So while we get these stickers on, let's talk about the history of this Beyblade. So the original Takara Tomy release of the Bay came out in January 2005. It was the penultimate release of the entire HMS system line, and it was part of the HMS Gimmick Speciality series, which isn't a surprise considering it has that changing running core. The bit protector is of the Bloody Devil motif, a nice red, grey and black theme running across the whole bay here. It works super well with the design and the feel of the Beyblade here. I love the colour separation as well. Takara Tomy definitely cooked when it came to designing this one back in the day, and there's no doubt here that BenchBlade has really done an incredible job in not only making the looks of the blade as they were in the past, but I think it's a super impressive feat that they've also made sure the gimmicks of the past releases are brought up to the modern day. So absolutely super impressive work in both these Beyblades. However, as we go, we'll put on the stickers here. There's quite a few, and again that colour separation is super accurate to the original release there. Always recommend when you're putting stickers on to use some tweezers as to not get oils from your hands on the stickers. Sometimes it's, you can't help it sometimes, but always bit therapeutic. If you know my channel well, you'll see that I've done many restorations, so it's nice to be able to put together some reproductions here and from the get-go. And yeah, looking forward once we have done here to put these in the arena. It is pretty simple to assemble these HMS blades. Once you've slotted them together, you lock it in using the end of the launcher, or you can use the handy included lock mechanism that's kindly been included by BenchBlade here. But as you can see, it's not too hard at all to pop the stickers on. Even if you've never done one of these before, it's super easy and super fun as well to put together. So here we go, there's the CWD Devil Saucer ready to go, putting that on there, locking it in place. Very easy, using the mechanism as I said there, and you can see it spins, it holds tightly there, and this is down there to absorb and wear down the opponent. So again, the bit protector is sort of like the bit chip of this era and slots in nicely, very easy to put on, and it's nice satisfying clicks once they're there. So there we have it, the Bloody Devil MS. Really awesome release, and I'm very glad to have picked this up. So let's just have a quick chat about the shooter change core alpha again. So the gimmick is a mode change, which allows it to go from a flat tip in right spin again to the semi-flat tip in the left spin, allowing the user to mix up their strategies. With the weight disc at the bottom of the blade rather than the top, it allows for some potentially strong defensive strategies, but you've got to watch out for that stadium scraping as a result. Of course, along with the blade, we also have the stickers good to go for the HMS customized case, affectionately spelt wrong there, which is a nice little attention to detail to the original design, where the spelling was wrong. So as we put on the final stickers here, last couple there, which the nice thing about them is they indicate where the parts go in the case. You've got the nice final little sticker on the top, which really does give that cassette feel to me. But there we go. The attention to detail is immense. I can see how accurate this is. Not having a real thing, this is definitely the next best thing, and it's fully compatible with your HMS launchers. So moving on, we've got the second of the two releases here, the Shining God MS. It's also, I'd like to say, a fun reference to the 1994 G Gundam series, with the Shining Gundam, the God Gundam, MS being mobile suit. It's all a coincidence. It's definitely not an actual reference, but it's a nice little reference, I think, that I'd like to put to it. Once again, you can see just how amazing the parts are all looking, the box art from earlier as well. The yellow cassette, the running core, which we'll look at in a bit more detail later, and all the parts, as well as those amazing looking stickers. They're absolutely eye-popping with this blade of a nice yellow, which reminds me of one of my favourite blades, the Burning Cerberus, and a great colour contrast with the blue and the red. So, talking about this amazing Beyblade here, the motif is the God Emblem, a very awesome looking holy being which we can see across its main attack ring, the God Smasher. In left spin it's aiming for a force smash with the frame, and in the right spin it offers a regular smash attack with the ABS. This one also comes with a unique weight disc that we've just seen there, called the customized weight disc God Ring. It's very round and spins, which allows some superb defense powers there. And like the Devil, its lower center of gravity can open up the ability for attack rings to hit hard above. This one also has that running core, which is the shooter change core Gamma, which again holds that weight disc low, but also has the same rotational gimmick as the Devil, where instead what it does is in a left spin config it will eject a sharp tip for battle, in right spin it will stick with the flat setup. It's once again a testament to the care and attention that BenchBlade has put into these tributes that really shines here, which you'd expect from a blade called Shining God. The stickers are simple to put on the Beyblade as usual with either your fingers, probably not recommended of course, but definitely use your tweezers to avoid any oils and to get a bit more accuracy when putting your stickers on. Easy enough, quite a few stickers here of course, but the colour separation with these is absolutely top notch. It looks fantastic, it looks pretty much identical to the originals there, and it's just such an eye-popping design, as I've said. So just putting on the last of the few stickers here, you can really see the god motif in that attack ring, a bit like the Bloody Devil earlier. Both of them are kind of, I like to say, brother units, if you want to put it in that way, because they're both got that face motif there. But it looks really amazing, and really glad to have picked this one up. So let's put the stickers on that customized cassette case now. Again, I love the little attention to detail, just how it looked in the original release. Indications there of where the parts are all going there, and it just slots in really nicely. I know I said earlier about using the tweezers, but sometimes, you know, you just have to do what you need to do. There we go, just putting that last bit on top there. Fantastic. So let's assemble. So first of all, we've got the base there, so the weight disc, the customized weight disc slots in there very nicely. We use the lock mechanism and the included lock there, the lock attachment, just to twist that into place, and there we go, we have a nice free spinning weight disc there. And easily enough, the attack ring then slots in top with the bit protector, and once again the same device there we'll use to lock that in place. And there we have it, absolutely easy to assemble. Stickers look absolutely great. Let's have one last look at that gimmick that I mentioned earlier. So we have that spike there, and we have the flat depending on the launch. So the original release was in February 2005, and it was the final release in the entire HMS line of Beyblades. So on top of that, this would have been the absolute final release of the original series altogether. I do wonder what kind of bladers would have used these two blades, and if they would have been on the same team or not. But there we have it, two incredible releases from BenchBlade. Truly, definitely recommended for anyone who's a fan of Beyblade and wishes to own a true piece of history. These blades are not just for show, however, so let's get them shortly in the A26 Backerton Stadium, and we're going to give them some test spins. We're going to see how these gimmicks do in action depending on left and right spins, and then let's get some battles going against the HMS bays that I have. So once again, easy to slot into your launcher, and we're going to give it a go. So as you can see there, so this is relatively in a passive mode there, just spinning around in the center, taking a very defensive stance. It's looking really nice there. You can see the sort of spiral of the attack ring there. Fantastic. So next up we will take the Shining God. So we'll spin this, and as you can see there, it's in its more aggressive stance with the flat, spinning all the way around the perimeter of the arena there. And you know that this is going to hit pretty hard with that flat base if it connects nicely. So yeah, just giving you another little lower angle. You can see that sort of weight disc, how low it is to the bottom of the arena, so you must definitely be careful with the scraping when using this Beyblade. It must be said though, this Shining God here does have pretty decent stamina. It's still going, but it is losing its stability there gradually. As you can see, the base there is going to start knocking against that arena, and as soon as it's done that, you just know, there we go. But on this occasion, it's perfectly balanced itself to a standstill. Really cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these Beyblades, we're gonna put them together. Let's see which of these two comes out on top. Now, one thing to note, I don't have the double launcher. We will look into getting that soon for some double battles, but both of them in an aggressive stance currently, spinning around, chasing each other. No one's really had another massive connection yet. They are flowering around each other, just about keeping on going there. These do perform just like any other Beyblade, which is a super testament. There we go, have a clash, and the devil takes it just by a whisker. We're going to move on to the next battle. So this time the god is moving in the left spin, and it's out of the arena. The devil just managed to get a nice blow into it, knock it out of the dish there. So I'll try and alternate launches just to give each Bay a fair shot at trying to battle there. It's got a left v right, and it's straight out, straight into the cassette, and the god takes the win. So once again, I'm going to take the slightly more aggressive stance there with the god. See how a more defensive stance takes it with the devil, chipping away at each other. But looks like that base, there we go, it is a tie. They both slew each other down more than enough with those CWDs. So both of them are in the left spin configuration here, sort of circling again, a bit like earlier on where they were just following each other. The devil taking a bit more of a defensive stance in the centre there, hoping to whittle away the god's stamina, which in this case it does, and a very nice job at it as well. So they've gone up against each other enough. Let's put them up against the rest of the HMSs we've got. The first one up is Gaia Dragoon or Strata Dragoon, depending on where you have it. So we'll launch Strata first in the left spin, we'll right spin with the god there. So this is going to come down to a game of attrition here. We've got very passive, I'd say, that Gaia Dragoon. I'm expecting a bit more from it, but it is, yeah, easily taken out there. That CWD really winding down the Gaia Dragoon. So let's flip the spins around. This time the god is on the offensive, and it's a double KO. Both of them connect to the right of the dish there and go flying. So we'll take over. This time it was a nice hit there by the devil, taking out the Gaia, a clean hit out of the arena. So this time we've got left spin of the devil, the right spin of the Gaia. Which one's going to take it? Oh, and there we have it. Very easy. It's a nice clean victory there. One apiece so far. So we've got the left spin this time with the devil, the right spin of the Gaia. Let's see which of these immovable objects is going to take the third game. So slight angle there on the Gaia. Some nice hits. Oh, and the devil takes it. Good win. So next up we have Draciel MS. Let's see how this one does against the god. So a right spin for Draciel, a right spin as well. So this is a defensive showdown. Both of them trying to take control of the centre of the arena there. Slight tilt on that god though. We don't want to hear some scraping, but I think that's a draw. So let's see which one goes round two. So gradually chipping away at each other, but it's a win for the god, knocking the Draciel out of the arena. So we have a left spin god versus a left spin Draciel. Some big hits there, moving the stadium as well, but it was all too much for god, and Draciel takes that round. So next up we have the devil versus the Draciel. Devil, oh, there we So the devil did more than just take on Draciel there. It destroyed the camera. Right spin, devil could not take it that time though. One apiece. Absolute insanity. So that left spin there of the devil, just trying to get the best of the Draciel, but Draciel is holding its own there in the centre. slowly also on the left spin, so no equalization or anything like that, but the famous last words are, when a defense does start leaning and you knock it further down, that's all she wrote. So it's time to take Ray's Driger and put it against the God. Let's see which one takes it this time. So God is on a more slightly passive left spin there compared to some of the earlier battles, and a right spin on the Driger. So Driger holding its own in the center, just minding its own business there. They're not had too many hits, but now they're coming together. But that Driger looks absolutely stalwart with its defense. Takes the first win, second battle. So that left spin again, trying to do something, hitting the side of the arena, so definitely not helping itself there. That Driger just looks super sturdy. So far, these hits are not doing what they need to take the Driger out. Almost there that time though, getting there. So once again, can this time the God get its win against this Driger? Once again, Driger really just taking to the center of the stage there, just minding its own business. The God this time on a right spin and a bit more aggression on the right spin. Trying to get there, just not there yet. Trying to grind against with its special customized weight disc. It is getting some good hits there though. The Driger starting to lean, but it is too late. Let's see if the Devil has any better luck. So almost a ring out there, very close. It's sort of grinding along, and it's the ring out this time, just as I spoke too soon. So a good win there from the Devil. Let's go. So Driger taking center stage there, the Devil circling his opponent, gradually getting closer and closer. Question is, will it be able to get and destabilize that Driger in the center? Sometimes Beyblade games do go like this, where you're waiting for the contact. It does take a bit. There we go, there's the contact, and immediately there's that destabilization. Just took a matter of a couple of hits. You could see the weight disc there slow down. Let's go. Nice hits there, nice aggression. Really hitting it into that wall there as well, with the metal contact points there. That Driger is getting destabilized, so it looks like the Devil is avenging the God almost there. So you can see that the Devil is definitely distinctive with its two modes, depending on which launch tech you decide to use. For the left and the right differences there. The left definitely being a bit more aggressive, the right taking a bit more of a stationary stance in the center. Obviously though, if you've got a stationary opponent in the middle like this Driger here, you're going to want to gradually let them wear out some stamina and then just knock them off balance. So wrapping up the video here, so it must be said that these Beyblades created by BenchBlade here are absolutely built for battle. Nickel plated metal, PA6 GF30 reinforced plastic. They are strong and they're ready to take the hits. They absolutely look fantastic though. They are, even if you're not battling them, they are absolutely going to look amazing on your shelf or your display case. And by all means, you know, there's not just these, there's also the Dranza, there's the Dragoon, and I'm sure there'll be more in the future. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out BenchBlade on Etsy, check out the channel, give us a like, subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell. We will see you on the next one. Bye bye.